Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going today? Coach Alvarez here. Another episode of Coffee with Coach, episode 70. Hope everyone's week, days off to the right start. Mine's in the right place. But if it is not, we are going to help put it in the right place today. So today, I want to kind of touch on something or go over a little more in depth on something I've touched on a little bit in the past. But I want to start the week off with going into the suffering. Go into the suffering. What does that mean? That means when we get motivated, hyped up, emotional about starting something, getting something going, wanting to have a destination in our mind of whether what we want our body to look like, workouts, diet we want to go to, change, healthier eating habits, a job, train jiu-jitsu, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you're trying to get, where you want to go, the destination, you got to put yourself mentally in the suffering, not just in the graduation part. And I got that from listening to David Goggins again, listening to the same stuff over and over again. And it just, catches my attention. And he's talking about, when you have a goal in mind, like let's say, I don't know, you want to lose weight, right? You want to lose, let's say 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 15, 20 pounds. You're imagining yourself, picturing yourself looking a certain way, right? 15, 20 pounds lighter, feeling better, looking better, everything, right? That goes along with it. But are you putting yourself mentally in that place that what it's going to take to get to that 15, 20 pound weight loss, okay? It's one thing to already put yourself at the graduation, like what he says. It's another thing to put yourself mentally in the tough spots, the rainy days, the ups and downs, the pitfalls, the peaks and valleys, whatever you want to use it takes to get there. Are you putting yourself mentally there first? Putting yourself in the suffering first? Are you there mentally so that you can handle that, like basically physically, right? Because a lot of times we get hyped up. He uses this as an example too. Like you watch a movie, Rocky movie, you watch something, you're like, oh man, I'm gonna go work out, man. You're feeling good, you're feeling hype. You watch a, good movie or something, you're like, man, I'm gonna make this change, I'm gonna do this. But it's a feeling, it's an emotional feeling that you get, but you didn't really put yourself there mentally first, like in the suffering part of it. So when things get tough, when things get harder, you got to get up early or whatever the case may be. You're like, no, not today. I don't want to do that. You have to put yourself into the suffering first. I love using jiu-jitsu as an analogy because jiu-jitsu just relates to life in so many ways. But I'll use it as like, for instance, for those that train jiu-jitsu, you got certain rolling partners, right? You got your light rolls. Okay, you're not really rolling light on purpose, but the individual that you're rolling with might be fairly new, maybe not as strong, as athletic, or hasn't been training that long, technically all that good, versus maybe another individual that you roll with. So, you let your guard down, you're kind of just playing around, you're kind of just going through the motions, you're just, life is good, right? Because you're not really getting tested, you're not really getting pushed. But then you look around the room and the coach says, hey, find a new partner, switch, you catch eye contact with another individual, and when you guys lock horns, man, it's going to be tough. And you didn't put yourself there mentally first that, yeah, I need to bring my A game with this one. This isn't going to be like the round off I just took. Even though I actually rolled, it wasn't the same. I got to prepare myself mentally to get in there and bang with this individual to make sure that I give them the work that they need and get myself the same amount of work, and we both learn something and not just get my butt kicked, right? But if you don't mentally put yourself in that dark place, you don't mentally put yourself in that position, where you've been at when you rolled with this individual before. You've been, had your guard pass, mounted, your back taken, whatever the case may be. If you don't put yourself there mentally, it's going to make the roll even harder. The round gets even tougher because you are just not there. You wanted to roll today. You wanted to get some training in, some practice in. And then now you got certain sharks on the mat that are ready to put in their work. They don't want to talk. They don't want to just get all social with you. Some people just come to train. They want to get a little social and just have a little place to just kind of just let loose a little bit. Then you got those other individuals, when they come to class, man, they are bringing it. They've been waiting all day to get to class, And now when they get to class, when it's time to roll and shake hands, they are bringing the pain. And if you are not ready for that pain, what's going to happen during that round? You're just going to get smashed. You're going to get smashed into the mat. So all my individuals out there that train jiu-jitsu, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're new to jiu-jitsu, better get your head right when you get ready to roll and shake hands, because if not, you'll always be the nail, or sometimes, most of the time, the board, right? So you got that phrase, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, and then sometimes on the bad days, the really bad days, you're the board, right? You're just getting smashed altogether. So let's put that in perspective with, like, let's say you're going to go back to school, right? You're going to take some classes, and you got work, and you got family. You signed up for this course. You know it's going to take extra work, extra time. You're going to get less sleep. You're going to have to stay up later. You're going to have to maybe not hang out on the weekends as much. Maybe you took a summer course, right? Summer courses are like crammed together in a couple weeks versus spread out over a couple months. And now you got to, you can't do certain things on the weekends that you're used to doing because you signed up for this course, you took it, and now it's time to really put in that work. And you didn't put yourself there mentally first into the suffering, knowing that, yeah, I'm going to have to lose out on some sleep, stay up late, miss out on some weekends, some hanging out with the friends, that kind of thing. And now when things get to that point, you're like, you know what? I want to drop the class. I'm done. I don't want to do this no more because I'm missing out. I'm hearing this phrase all the time now, the FOMO thing, fear of missing out. And it's like, wow, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those things you didn't prepare yourself mentally first. You didn't put yourself in the suffering first, that what it was going to take to get to that end goal. So when it gets tough and things get a little, uncomfortable for you, and you can't have your way, your cake and eat it too, man. You just want to drop the class, or you want to just drop whatever it is that you want to do, or whatever you were doing, and just quit because you didn't mentally put yourself in the suffering. I think if you put yourself mentally into the suffering first, understanding that you're going to have to sacrifice all these things and things are going to be tough. When they do get tough, you're already ready for it. You're already prepared. You are already there mentally. You're not just like, yeah, I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to get my 4-year degree, or I'm going to get whatever degree. And you're just putting yourself on the stage with the cap and gown and getting the diploma handed to you, and you're walking across the stage and everything. Everything is nice. It's a great day outside. You got some flowers in your hands and people celebrating, cheering you on. Congratulations. Did you put yourself through the suffering first to get to that, to get to those 4 years or 6 years or however long it takes to get whatever it is that you're trying to do? Did you put yourself in the suffering first so that when those tough days come, it's not even going to get to you. It's not going to bother you. It's not going to bring you down. You're not going to have the FOMO thing, fear of missing out, because you already know you're going to miss out. You already know you're going to give up this and give up that, and lack of sleep, like I said, because you are already there. You're already there. I think I get dealing with talking to so many people. Again, I always ask why. What brings you into jiu-jitsu class? What made you just on a given day just wake up and be like, you know what? I'm going to call this school up. I'm going to drive over there. I'm going to try out this class. You like it, and then you sign up. What brought you to that point that you want to do jiu-jitsu and you want to make these changes in your life? I've had a lot of people quit. A lot of people quit because they just weren't there mentally, like in the suffering of what it was going to take to sacrifice some time with the family, because you got to come to class. You're coming to class now 2-3 times out of the week, or maybe even more. A lot of people that I've met, I highly recommend. It's one of the first things I tell everyone. How do you eat? You eat clean. You eat fast food. You drink a lot of sodas. And when I talk about having to make those changes because sodas and cheeseburgers and curly fries and patty melts don't work well with jiu-jitsu on the mat because you throw it up, a lot of people, man, they just like, you know what, maybe jiu-jitsu ain't for me. I'm not ready to go through all that suffering yet. I'm not ready to give up all my sodas and my fast foods and my french fries and whatever it is that you like to eat. So what happens? You come to class, they train, you can't perform like you want to perform because you're not eating the right food. You're like, I'm out. I'm going back to doing what I was doing before. Why? Because you didn't put yourself in the suffering first. You didn't put yourself in a position to be like, yeah, if I want to do this, it's going to take me to give up all these other things that I like to do first in order for me to get to that goal. People just do things out of emotion. You feel good and you sign up for something, and then things get tough, or it's a nice day outside, it's summertime and people are hanging out, and you want to do that thing instead of the thing that you signed up for. No one forced you to do it. You walked into the academy, or you walked into a gym and you signed up for a membership of some sort, or some fit camp or boot camp. And now you're not going because of why? You didn't mentally put yourself in the suffering first, and what it was going to take to consistently go to class, consistently go to that boot camp, or whatever the case may be, or finish seeing it through to eat those healthier foods and stuff like that. Because when maybe you had a bad day, and now you get emotional and you want to eat, or now you want to get emotional and you want to go do something that you just isn't good for you because your emotions got the best of you, and now you want to go and do this thing. If you put yourself mentally in the suffering first, in that dark place, in those tough places, knowing that it's going to suck, when you get there, you've already been there. But again, what they're talking about, David Goggins in the video, he's just like, man, too many people put themselves in the graduation first, and they don't put themselves in the suffering. So when those things get tough, those days get hard, like, you know what, I'm out. I have students sign up for the 6 a.m. class. They're supposed to be there. We only have 3 classes a week. What happens? They put themselves in the suffering first, man. Alarm goes off, snooze, alarm goes off again, snooze. And then you know what? This pillowcase, these blankets feel really good, man. I'm not going to class. What happens? Now there's not a class the next day. Now you got to wait till Wednesday, because we have some people that didn't show up today. Now they got to wait till Wednesday, or they got to rearrange their schedule and come tonight or tomorrow night or tomorrow morning or something like that. And then Wednesday comes, what happens? Same thing. And then before you know it, you're on that routine of not coming to class. You're skipping class. You're missing out. And then after a while, you do what? You just quit. But if you're like, hey, look, alarm goes off one time, I'm up, I'm out of bed, I'm in class 3 days a week, I signed up for it, not missing out, you're going to always come to class. You're going to make it. It's part of what you do. You put yourself in the suffering first. But again, it's nice and cool. Bed feels nice and comfortable. You're sleeping good. You're not ready to get up yet. Not today. You're not doing it. Got to put yourself in the suffering, guys. Put yourself in the suffering. So whatever goals you have, you set forth. If you're not doing them, get to them. It's June. Today's June 15th, okay? Half the year. Win the next half of the year. Start today. If you're on the path already, keep going. Put yourself in the suffering. Or if you haven't started yet, let's get started. But put yourself in the suffering first. Put yourself in that dark place first. So when the times get tough, it's going to be no sweat. It's going to be like, yeah, man, I'm already here. I already knew what that was going to be like. I'm getting the job done. All right, so let's get it done. Let's make it happen. You have a great day and a great week. We'll catch you next time. We'll see you.